Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm currently sat on our new dining bench, which I think I briefly showed in a previous video. Basically, long story short, our dining table, we got some benches for it, they were too big. I looked for another one and story of my life, I couldn't find anything that I loved, and the only things that I loved seemed to be like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds. So I went to Facebook Marketplace and I've managed to pick up myself a pretty good bench actually. So it's this kind of like metal legged bench with a blue kind of velvety cover on it. I love the style of it, I love the style of the legs. The blue velvet isn't really my vibe, and the kind of chromey brushed steel legs don't really match with what we've got in the house as well. So love the shape of this, but we are going to be changing it up in this video and just making it a little bit more my kind of style. So I think I managed to pick this up for like £80, I think it was. Basically the guy who got it for his bedroom to have at the end of the bed. Turned out it was too big, so he just got rid of it. So he said it's pretty much like never really been used, which is good to know. I have been using it at our dining table and it is super, super comfortable. It feels really good quality, but like I said, I just want to switch it up a little bit. This is probably one of the very few projects I have not checked out Pinterest before committing to anything. So I have a little bit of an image in my mind. We are going to go for a bit more of like a black and tan vibe. So plan is we are going to be spraying the legs black. I have this matte black spray paint. I got this on Amazon. It's super cheap. I will link it down below. I've used it before, had a really good experience with it. And then for the top, I wanted something that was kind of neutral, a little bit of warmth, a little bit of texture, also practical to have as a dining bench, but also something that if we decide to ever use this in a hallway or something else, it would still look good. So, another Amazon find, I managed to pick up this leather. I actually popped into West Elm when we were in America, and they had loads of this really nice kind of like leather, and it's not like a tan, it's more of like a kind of camely colour. I just fell in love, so I found some on Amazon that was pretty affordable, and we are gonna reupholster this. So I have done a couple of projects like this before, but fingers crossed it's not gonna be too difficult. I will take you guys along with me and show you how it looks. I'm pretty excited because I think this will, I don't know, it's gonna basically complete the dining room. So let's just get cracking. I'm gonna take the legs off first and get those all sprayed. Okay, so I've done the first coat on the legs. They are outside drying. I'm gonna focus on getting this upholstered now. So I'm just gonna lay it out, put my seat pad on top of it, and then just pull it in and staple it with my staple gun.
In these fragile times, got no worries cause I know that we can endure the aftermath. Just gotta stay classy even when the fall gets a little crazy.
Okay, so what I've done is just pulled it as tight as possible, just done some rough kind of staples around the edges, but now I'm gonna really focus on kind of like pulling it tight all the way along, and then we'll move on to the corners.
I'd rather not have to start fights, but don't be testing my inner patience. You don't wanna cross that.
Oh, don't try to tag me. Don't try to fight me. You better run. What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
La 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 la.
Okay, so it's the next day. Obviously yesterday I finished upholstering this. Oh, it's turned out so good. Like I said, I've done tiny projects before, but never one this big. I'm so happy with how it turned out. I also did a second coat of spray on the legs. Those were drying overnight, so everything is dry now, and now is the fun bit, to put it all back together and actually see what it looks like.
You were my best friend, didn't care about the rules, good on the weekends. I'll be in fools, drifting to deep space. So brave and so stupid, just like the movies. I was gonna stay in the fight with you, just thinking we would do this until we couldn't do it. Each and every high, every night with you, you and me so clueless. We were just broken, shattered, singing along to nothing.
Right guys, I am so beyond happy with how this turned out. Steve hasn't seen it yet. I made him wait around the corner, but I'm gonna get his reaction because he's not seen it at all.
Oh shit! Look at that! Honestly, that looks amazing. Yeah, genuinely.
Stay in the fight with you, just thinking we would do this until we couldn't do it. Each and every high, every night with you, you and me so clueless. We were just broken, shattered.
Super comfy as
Have a
well.
seat. Aww.
Do you like the leather?
Yeah, I do. I
Yeah.
think the black legs look really nice as well.
I'm not gonna lie, I was tempted to do black leather on it, but I thought, let's try something different.
Yeah.
You like it though?
I do like it, yeah.
Good. So I think I said before when I was looking online, bare minimum stuff was like £300, but any nice stuff was like 600 plus. And there's just no way I am ever gonna pay that. So I thought I'd give you a quick rundown of how much the project cost. So I can't remember how much the bench was. It was either £60 or £80, I can't remember. There was definitely cheaper stuff, but I just fell in love with the style of this, so I went with this one. So all of the supplies that I got were from Amazon. The can of spray paint was £5, and the fabric is £10 per metre. I got 2 metres of it. But having said that, I used hardly any of the spray paint. I've still got loads left for other projects. And I also have loads of fabric left as well. So I do actually have another little footstool that I'm thinking of upholstering for a different room. Or I could even do some like little scatter cushions or something out of the extra fabric because there's quite a bit left. So I basically spent about 25 quid making this bench how I wanted it. Which is still a huge saving. There is stuff you can get on Facebook Marketplace for like 20 quid bench wise, but like I said, I just saw like the legs on this which were perfect. It's also really handy that it has little rubbery feet, so I know that it's not going to scratch the floor and the paint's not going to come off if the bench gets dragged around. But if your bench doesn't have that, you can just add those little felt pads to them as well. What I love as well is that if I change my mind, I can really easily change this. So I've not damaged anything underneath. So if I want to turn it back to the blue velvet, I can do that, it's still there. If I decide I want to change the colour, like maybe we move house, decide to go for a different kind of colour scheme, then I can easily just, you know, take this layer of fabric off and add another one. So it's so easy to like update stuff depending on if your style changes or if you move home or whatever. So I am beyond happy with how this turned out. This has taken me so long to find a bench I actually like, and also it is super comfy. And I definitely feel like, although we have bought this for our dining table in this house, like if we move house, I could so easily use this as like an entryway bench or like one at the end of my bed, something like that. I'm honestly so chuffed. I think it looks really expensive, a lot more expensive than what it actually is. So let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of this project. We are currently also working on our guest bedroom makeover. We had someone around to give us lots of quotes last night as well. So there is big stuff happening. Make sure you guys are subscribed for all things kind of home decor, renovation, all of that jazz. And I will catch you guys in the next one.